Welcome back to Demolition Worker. Today we are exploring the incredibly dangerous process of dismantling massive chemical cooling towers safely. These towering concrete structures in the heart of the refinery hide an incredibly toxic secret deep within their dark industrial bellies. For decades, these massive cooling systems processed millions of gallons of water, accumulating highly dangerous chemical residues along their inner walls. Before we can even bring in the heavy demolition machinery, we must carefully address the severe chemical contamination hidden inside. The internal cooling plates are completely covered in toxic insulation materials and heavily saturated with dangerous corrosion, preventing chemical agents. Our highly trained crews must treat this massive industrial site exactly like a highly sensitive surgical operation to ensure total safety. Workers begin the meticulous preparation process by donning specialized protective gear, looking very much like astronauts preparing for a dangerous mission. These heavy-duty hazmat suits provide an essential barrier against the incredibly harmful chemical dust floating around the dark cooling towers. Every single seam on their protective suits is carefully sealed with heavy tape to prevent any toxic exposure during the teardown. Breathing apparatuses are thoroughly checked and secured, ensuring our brave workers have a constant supply of clean and perfectly safe air. Stepping inside the massive cooling tower feels like entering a completely alien world filled with highly toxic residues and dark shadows. The sheer scale of the internal structure is absolutely breathtaking, but the invisible chemical dangers require our team's complete and total focus. Using specialized hand tools, our workers carefully begin the slow process of detaching the heavily contaminated cooling plates from the walls. Every single piece of toxic insulation must be gently removed by hand to prevent dangerous chemical dust from escaping into the air. This is not just a simple demolition job. It is a highly meticulous extraction process to protect the surrounding natural environment. Small robotic machinery is carefully brought inside the tower to assist our workers with moving the incredibly heavy and toxic materials. These compact machines easily navigate the tight internal spaces, safely carrying away the dangerous chemical debris without risking any human lives. The coordination between human workers and small machines is absolutely crucial for maintaining perfect safety standards throughout this entire hazardous process. As the toxic plates are removed, they are immediately placed into specialized containment units to prevent any accidental environmental contamination. These heavy-duty steel containers are completely sealed and heavily inspected before they are allowed to leave the active demolition zone. Proper hazardous waste management is the absolute highest priority during this stage of the complex chemical cooling tower teardown process. Each sealed container is carefully labeled and strictly documented, tracking the toxic materials from the demolition site to the processing facility. These dangerous chemical materials are destined for a specialized treatment plant in Iran, where they will be safely neutralized and destroyed. By removing these toxic elements first, we ensure that the final concrete demolition will not release any harmful poisons into nature. The manual extraction process requires incredible patience and intense physical endurance from our highly dedicated and fully protected industrial demolition team. Hours turn into days as the workers slowly strip away the dangerous internal components, leaving only the bare concrete outer shell. This careful surgical approach guarantees that the surrounding soil and local water sources remain completely free from any harmful industrial chemicals. Every single piece of contaminated material is successfully removed, securely packed, and safely transported away from the massive oil refinery site. Now that the toxic threat has been completely eliminated, the site is finally ready for the heavy-duty structural demolition phase. The massive hydraulic excavators slowly roll onto the cleared site, their heavy steel tracks crushing the gravel beneath their incredible weight. These gigantic machines are equipped with incredibly powerful hydraulic breakers designed to easily smash through the thickest reinforced concrete walls. The operators position their massive excavators around the base of the cooling tower, preparing to strike the very first structural blow. A loud mechanical roar echoes across the quiet industrial facility as the heavy hydraulic hammer finally connects with the solid concrete. Thick clouds of harmless gray dust immediately explode into the air as the powerful machine easily shatters the thick outer wall. The sheer destructive power of these massive hydraulic machines is absolutely mesmerizing to watch as they slowly tear down the tower. Piece by piece, the towering concrete structure begins to crumble under the relentless and incredibly powerful strikes of the heavy equipment. Huge chunks of heavy reinforced concrete detach from the main structure and crash violently onto the hard ground far below. The ground literally shakes with every single impact, demonstrating the massive physical forces required to completely destroy these huge industrial structures. Water cannons are continuously sprayed over the active demolition area to effectively suppress the massive clouds of thick concrete dust. This vital dust suppression technique ensures that the local air quality remains perfectly safe for everyone working at a busy site. The skilled machine operators work with incredible precision, carefully reaching specific structural points to safely control the final massive collapse. Slowly but surely, the giant cooling tower begins to lean dangerously to one side as its primary concrete supports are destroyed. The tension in the air is absolutely palpable as the massive industrial structure reaches its final critical breaking point today. With one final devastating strike from the hydraulic hammer, the entire concrete tower finally loses its structural integrity and begins falling. The massive structure gracefully collapses in upon itself, creating an incredibly spectacular visual display of raw destructive power and gravity. Thousands of tons of heavy concrete and twisted steel crash heavily into the ground, creating a massive shockwave across the site. A gigantic plume of thick, gray dust immediately rises high into the clear blue sky, temporarily obscuring the massive debris pile. As the thick dust slowly begins to settle, the true massive scale of the complete structural destruction finally becomes clearly visible. What was once a towering industrial giant is now simply a massive pile of broken concrete rubble and twisted steel rebar. The successful demolition of the massive cooling tower represents a massive victory for our dedicated team and the surrounding local environment. Because we carefully removed all the dangerous toxic chemicals beforehand, this massive debris pile is completely safe to handle and process. Heavy wheel loaders quickly move into the area to begin the massive task of clearing away thousands of tons of rubble. These powerful machines easily scoop up massive loads of broken concrete, transferring the heavy debris into large waiting dump trucks. The broken concrete will be carefully transported to a specialized recycling facility, where it will be crushed and reused for construction. Recycling these massive industrial materials is a vital part of our ongoing commitment to sustainable and environmentally friendly demolition practices everywhere. Specialized magnetic attachments are carefully used to separate the valuable steel rebar from the massive piles of broken concrete rubble. This recovered steel will eventually be melted down and completely repurposed, significantly reducing the massive environmental impact of this demolition project. The entire cleanup process operates with incredible efficiency, transforming a chaotic disaster zone into a perfectly clear and safe empty lot. Our dedicated team works tirelessly through the long afternoon, ensuring every single piece of debris is completely removed from the site. The dramatic transformation of this massive industrial landscape is absolutely incredible to witness from our elevated drone camera perspective today. By removing these outdated and dangerous chemical cooling towers, we are actively helping to create a much safer and cleaner meticulous combination of careful manual labor and massive heavy machinery is the true secret to our ongoing demolition success. Every single project teaches us valuable new lessons about safely managing dangerous industrial waste and protecting our fragile natural ecosystems. The specialized chemical processing facility in Iran has successfully received all of our sealed toxic waste containers without any dangerous incidents. Knowing that those dangerous materials are being safely neutralized brings immense peace of mind to our entire hard-working demolition crew today. We take immense pride in knowing that our destructive daily work actually helps to permanently heal and protect the natural world. Industrial demolition is rarely just about blindly smashing things apart. It requires careful planning, intense precision, and deep environmental awareness. The empty space left behind by the massive cooling tower will soon be repurposed for a much cleaner and greener facility. Watching the final dump trucks slowly drive away from the completely cleared site brings a deep sense of professional accomplishment. Our highly skilled workers carefully remove their heavy protective gear, finally breathing the fresh and completely clean air around the site. The intense physical exhaustion is clearly visible on their faces, but so is the immense pride of a difficult job completed. They have successfully dismantled a massive toxic hazard, protecting both the local community and the broader natural environment from severe harm. The heavy demolition machinery is carefully loaded back onto the massive transport trailers, ready to travel to our next challenging project. These incredible mechanical beasts require constant maintenance to ensure they are always ready to tackle the absolute toughest industrial demolition jobs. The setting sun casts a beautiful warm golden glow over the completely cleared industrial site, marking the perfect end of today. We captured some absolutely stunning cinematic footage of the massive cooling tower collapse using our advanced high-speed drone cameras today. Reviewing this incredible high-resolution footage allows our engineering team to carefully analyze the massive structural failure for future demolition planning. Every single controlled collapse provides incredibly valuable data that helps us continuously improve our strict safety protocols and overall demolition efficiency. The sheer visual spectacle of thousands of tons of concrete falling perfectly into place never truly gets old for our team. It is a beautiful mechanical ballet of raw destructive power, carefully orchestrated by our highly experienced and incredibly skilled machine operators. The successful completion of this highly dangerous toxic teardown project stands as a massive testament to our unwavering dedication to safety. We absolutely refuse to cut corners when dealing with highly dangerous chemical materials that could potentially harm the delicate surrounding ecosystem. Our strict environmental protection protocols are the absolute highest in the entire demolition industry, ensuring totally safe outcomes every single time. The massive empty lot now stands completely ready for exciting new construction, completely free from any lingering toxic industrial chemical contamination. This is the true magic of professional demolition. We carefully clear away the dangerous past to make room for the future. We hope you have deeply enjoyed this incredibly detailed inside look at the highly complex process of toxic cooling tower demolition. The combination of meticulous manual labor and massive heavy machinery truly makes this specific type of industrial project absolutely fascinating. Please remember to always respect the extreme dangers of industrial waste and support proper environmental protection initiatives in your local community. Thank you so much for joining our incredible team on this highly dangerous and deeply satisfying industrial demolition journey today. This is Demolition Worker signing off for now, but we will return soon with another incredibly massive and exciting teardown project.